fun of here? Because we're really not making fun of the stupid coyote that cannot figure out that Acme, which means the best, is actually the worst. No, no, no. There's something else going on here that Ian Frazier is pointing out. Let's talk about it at level 2A. What really is he saying? Well, several things. Let's list it. One, he's pointing out that we live in a culture that is so interested in law and legal issues and suits and all of that, that this actually is what kind of starts to look like a lot of the legal courts suits that are out there in public media. Somebody drives through McDonald's, gets a coffee, spills it on them, and then sues McDonald's because the coffee is hot. And they win. And Ian Frazier is making what point about our society? We have become a very litigious society. Litigious here means what? We're always trying to figure out some way to get money out of somebody else, right? That allows us to be able to not have to make money the honest, old-fashioned, working, hard-working way. This is Ian Frazier's critique, then. We call it social commentary, don't we? Of a society that is always thinking about trying to find the fast, the easy way through law, through court lawsuits or whatever, that allow then for someone to figure out how to game or screw the system. Okay? Of course, another observation is that he is saying, Frazier is suggesting, this is really how stupid we are. And in some ways, because we're so stupid, we kind of are like the coyote in the cartoon. Ah, see the genius of it? In other words, he's able to say, you want to know what's really funny? What's really funny is that kids grow up watching that stupid coyote who never actually gets the roadrunner, and yet they grow up to become adults that play a very similar game with the law. That seems to kind of screw up over and over again, but we still keep trying it over and over again. What is up with that? Of course, in the end, he's also just making fun of the whole legal profession. And there's been one or two lawyers that have read this essay that didn't find it as funny, right, as maybe they should have. Of course, at 2B, this is brilliant satire, isn't it, right? It is satire in a satiric voice. Let's point this out at 2B. At no place, at no point in the essay, notice, does Ian Frazier ever step in and say to the reader, guys, I'm just kidding. This is a total joke. I'm just messing with you. Notice, satire doesn't work that way. Satire works best when there's no mention of it being satire. Of course, again, there's a couple of problems with satire. One, if you don't know about the Roadrunner show, you have never watched the cartoon, again, it's all kind of lost on you. And two, it's altogether possible you may take this seriously. And you could, and you would say something like, $38 million? Are you kidding? What is wrong? Go away. Without ever realizing, no, this is a joke. This is satire. Let's jump to 3A really quickly. We've obviously mentioned a number of different satirists. We mentioned Weird Al Yankovic, who is still, I believe, still making some of these videos, right? He's done this for a number of years. It's not Madonna's Like a Virgin, it's Like a Surgeon. It's not Michael Jackson's Beat It, it's Eat It, and on and on and on. He's good. He's done with this. Again, we can find examples, though, of satire that go way back. The two greatest of the Roman classical writers is Horace and Juvenal, as we've already mentioned. Let's go ahead and write down some names that will not be familiar with you until you're senior studying with me, and great satiric writers. The most important two that we'll mention is Geoffrey Chaucer, who writes Canterbury Tales. And through Canterbury Tales, he uses satire to make some powerful statements and attack in iconoclastic ways the culture of his day in roughly 1300. The other that we're going to write down here is Jonathan Swift. The most famous essay of satire, maybe of all time, is called Modest Proposal, where in the end Swift suggests that because people don't want to take care of their children, maybe we should just start eating children, which is obviously very satiric, disturbing as well. Finally, at 3B, let's ask this question. Do you think it is the case that people in our culture have tried to game or scam the system more, and instead of working hard, they try and find easy or fast ways to maybe try and, cut corners around the system. Do you think it is the case that we are increasingly more and more a litigious society, and as Shakespeare says in one of his plays, maybe we should just kill all the lawyers type of thing? Do you think that's the case? Finally, do you think it's a legitimate profession to want to go into, to be a lawyer? Or do you find for yourself that you probably would never want to be a lawyer for some of the very reasons that are outlined here? And do you think that's fair to have this view of the law profession, since we are, of course, a nation of laws? Do you think that's fair? Well, there you go, an introduction to Ian Frazier. I hope you enjoyed the essay, the satiric essay. Thank you.